Push Pass Nation, come on in, check in, post a message. Let us know that you are here. Simone here. Happy Thursday to you. I hope that a productive week and that you have some great plans for the weekend. Speaking of plans, summer is right around the corner. So as you come in, you share the life. Tell us, what are you reading this summer? I hope that you're going to enjoy some downtime this summer, because as many of us who have school children of school age know, we all look forward to the summertime to get a break from the running around, taking them in various activities to enjoy a great book. So far, we've brought you two very good books, Dominica Then and Now, and then yesterday, May 18th, we had If You Touch, I'll Tell. So two great books so far. So we're back at it. Today, we have another great book for you. We have Mom Touched by Evil with Miss Anne-Marie Courtemanche. I think she will explain her last name to us a little better. And Sharon Dorival, and they're both joining us from Canada. So come on in, share the live. Let everyone know that we are here as we get ready for summer 2022. So let's go ahead and bring in our guests as they introduce themselves. And Anne-Marie, I'm going to apologize off the bat for butchering your last name. So kind of introduce yourself and let us know who you are.
Sure. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for the invitation. And my name is Anne-Marie Courtemanche.
Yes, thank you. Nice to have you here. Sharon, introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Simone. I'm Sharon Dorival from Collio, from the village of in Dominica. And yes, I enjoy reading and writing. I'm a very avid writer and prolific writer and reader. I am here with Anne-Marie today because we collaborate on this wonderful project.
Yes. So you guys have been collaborating on this project for a while. But even before we start talking about the project, let us just talk about your journey to becoming writers. And we have already two artistic people with us. We have Annette Phillip. She's watching from NYC, New York City. And we have Arnold Tulo, who was adamant that we need to bring Sharon onto the program. So Arnold, thank you again for the recommendations. And in fact, we brought two authors this time around. So kind of just tell us about your journeys to becoming writers. So Anne-Marie, we'll start with you.
This is a long time dream of mine, but it took me a long time to have it realization. But because I had to deal with my childhood before getting out to the public. So my sister was my main inspiration through my life. We were each other's rock because my sister also had been abused. And I have a chapter for her in the book.
So is this your first piece of written work?
It is my first book.
Okay, your first book. Okay, well, congratulations.
Thank you. Yes.
Congratulations.
Actually, I have another one. I had started another one, and it's for kids, but I wanted to get this one out into the world before getting a new one out.
Excellent. And Sharon, we know you in Dominica as a prolific, author. You're somebody who's very passionate about the literary world. So kind of just tell us about your journey into becoming a writer, Sharon.
I studied since in grade 4. My teacher Jane George, she had introduced us to poetry, and she had written a very beautiful poem about our river in Collio. And that set me with the way she wrote it, really inspired me, and I have started writing ever since. I haven't stopped. I've published quite a bit of work, and sometimes I just write. I share different groups on Facebook for free. I get certificates. Now I'm helping people including Anne Marie here, to collaborate. Not an easy job, not an easy task for anyone to do, but it's really um, pleasing. And to see that how much people I can help, how many people I can help, it's really lovely. And to bring out Anne Maria today, it's just a treasure. This was a wonderful journey with Anne Marie. She has a good heart, great sense of humor, and the people I've met through my journey, they also inspire me. I've encouraged them, I've helped them, motivate them, and this is where I'm at right now with you, Simone.
Yes, thank you for that. So, kind of just tell us, Anne Marie, how did you connect with Sharon?
I've been
Oh, I think
here
your internet might be acting up again.
and
Yeah. Yeah, I think your internet might be acting up again. You may want to log out and log back in so we can give it another try, okay? Yeah, so Sharon, just tell us some of your previous work, some of the previous works that you've done in the past.
So some of the work I have done in the past include Tricks on the Mind, which was a number one Amazon bestseller in 2019, and it is a Christian sci-fi. It's based on a old lady, based on my journey of Alzheimer's because I work in the healthcare industry. So I tend to write from what I can relate. My other one, my favorite one is Martha's Dreams because these were like dreams from my part that I put into stories. I have written a lot of poetries, including where What Can We Remember? And this one is doing very good. It's also almost based on the topic of Alzheimer's. I work with a lot of older people, so that's why I write like that. I have a few for with my children. One that's called Dear Grandma that they wrote, but I just help to edit
Mhm.
and to just to motivate them and inspire them to get the young children in the art of writing. I have done a project with Piton Noir, and it's called the Flying Quapo Collective. I love this sci-fi group, and
Mhm.
that's all we do. They focus on sci-fi, the weird, the whimsical, that kind of stories like that.
Mhm.
And with Dala, we are working on a project with Dala, and hopefully that'll come out soon. I am with Creation and Beyond, which is a group from based hailing from Trinidad, and
Mhm.
this is a very strong group. And there are many different writers from all around the world. Yani, she's from all the way from Indonesia. She's the one who makes the beautiful certificates that I usually display. I share on Facebook whenever I win something. When I win, and it's a very lovely set of people. I'm also there with the poetry, the passion of poetry, and
Mhm.
it's somebody from America, Annette, who funded that group, and they're very good and instrumental in pushing us. What they want us to do is to get us out of our comfort zone, so that we're not so shy and we can really get out and be strong writers and people who participate out there in the community. And that's where I'm at right now. Thank you.
Yeah, and speaking of Pinot Noir, Nicole Georges is actually here with us, so we say good evening to her. We also have Avril Bertrand. Good evening, Martine Lepage. Good evening. We have Miss Roy. Nicole Judges says, "Congratulations, ladies." I think I can read it up here instead. I hope this book helps the healing process to those readers who have suffered through this type of abuse. And Annette also says, I am also a part of Flying Crapo too, sci-fi and folklore short stories. Let's try to bring Anne Marie back on. Anne Marie, can you hear us?
I can. Sorry about that.
Good, no problem. So, kind of tell us the inspiration why you decided to write this book, Anne Marie.
My inspiration, that's it. I had fallen ill at the hospital. I was off work, forced off work for 2 years. And during that time, I kind of found myself and I needed to touch base with my inner child.
Hmm. Hmm. So, what I'm going
So
to
I,
do, I'm actually, yes, go ahead.
okay. So then I just grabbed paper and I started to write and write and write. No TV, no radio, just write.
Wow.
And it was so rough and all that. And then I had talked to Lisa, our mutual friend, I told her that I was looking for an author, a co-author, to help me put my story together because it was a mess.
It was
And I
raw.
just scribbled everything down. What's that?
It was raw.
It was raw. It was scribbled. It was a mess. I put everything in a box. I made the box and I sent it out to Sharon in Alberta.
Mhm.
And Sharon,
Oh.
so we're on it.
Mhm. Yeah, Sharon, take it
Sharon,
from
was
there
there
because
That's
Anne
not
Marie's
good.
she's sticking again. So
to
take it from there. When you got the box, Sharon.
When I got this box, this big box, my husband is like, I'm keeping the side of the bed. She's moving in. She's serious. Because we had just spoken the week before. Lisa told me, will you help my friend write this book? I said, I've never done that. I want to write for myself, but
Mhm.
I'll do it for you, only one person. I decided to
Right.
write it. Anne Marie wasted no time. She shipped this in. She was moving in, as Hayden said.
Mhm. Mhm.
But it was good. Like when I saw this, all the scribbles, we had to take our time, type in everything, all the pictures. I took time taking pictures, being photographer. Him is laughing at me. He's like, "Yes, Madam Photographer." And we go in. I
Mhm.
sent it to her. Oh, too blurry. Not good. Do it over. Do it over. It took us a good 4 years. And here we are with this beautiful
Wow.
project. Wonderful
Four
book.
years. 4 years.
Yes.
Wow. So let's try again with Anne Marie. Let me unmute your mic and see if try to unmute your mic. Your internet is still acting up. So what I'd like to do is kind of read to the audience so they get an idea of what the book is. So it's Where Are You, Mom? Touched by Evil. And it says when Anne-Marie Courtemanche was a little girl, she fell victim to a sadistic stepfather who physically and sexually abused her and her little sister and savagely beat their emotionally withdrawn mother and siblings. Then her mother fled the marriage, taking some of the children, but leaving Anne Marie behind, be tormented and abused by the rest for the rest of her childhood. Where Are You, Mom? Is a testament to the resiliency of the human spirit, the effects that even a little bit of love can have on a damaged soul, and the power of sibling bonds. A shocking indictment of the failures of organized religion and social services in protecting abused children during the 1960s and 70s. It chronicles Anne Marie's determination for justice in the crimes against her as Anne Marie rises to healing. A beacon of hope shines through, heart stopping, frank, and painfully emotional. This is an autobiography that will inspire other victims to seize back control of lives tainted or ruined while deeply haunting those lucky enough to be untouched by abuse. So, did I capture the essence of your book, Anne Marie?
I'm sorry about that. My internet, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm not sure. Maybe you can try a different device. Yeah, so Sharon will come over to you for just a little while because I think Anne Marie's having internet issues. So you said this project actually took 4 years
Yes,
to
it did.
complete. So were you guys in the same area? You're different in Canada?
No, she's in Quebec. I'm in
Okay,
Alberta.
right.
Yeah, we have
So
never
did
met,
you?
to be honest. She and I have never met.
Right,
Everything was
right,
done long distance.
right, right. So did you guys use like Zoom and conferences and
We
meetings and
use
everything?
Google. We use Google Drive.
Right.
At first, we were using Facebook, like Facebook Messenger, and we'd type in and then we'd talk on the phone. And I would
Mm-hmm,
scribble everything that she said. I had to listen very well because you can, she's French. So I have to
mm-hmm,
listen well, right? I want to capture everything that she's telling me because this is
mm-hmm.
not my work. I've never met the person.
Right.
And so I had to take nights, a lot of nights, cold nights.
Now, given all your experience in being a writer, Sharon, it sounds like you're off to a new career path because I know there are so many individuals who have important life stories to share, but they are not writers. And I don't think they're particularly interested in becoming writers. So, have you thought about this as a new career opportunity where you can be what they call a ghost writer for those who have important life stories to tell?
I have considered that. I actually have been a ghostwriter for one person,
Hmm.
and the book, I don't know if I should mention it, but it's called I Survived, and she doesn't use her real name there, and that's how I wrote for her. That's my first experience. It's kind
Hmm.
of a different pathway, but it's something I could look into. Right now, like writing for me is like a hobby that pays, but maybe
Right,
in near future I can.
right. And what has been the response to the book so far?
So this book, the elderly at work, they love it because they can relate to that era. They know exactly
Mm-hmm.
what this book is talking about. What
Mm-hmm.
and when we have conversation, they can tell us, they share their own stories, and some people have asked me to write their own stories. But I, because of conflict of interest, I do not want to go that path because I work with them. So I'm like,
Because you work with them.
I work with them, so I don't take
Right.
it on. But any other person, yeah,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it is
Yes,
good. Like it's selling good, actually.
right, right. Yeah,
I
Anne Marie, I was
ordered
just go ahead.
So I ordered 20 copies and it's sold out. It's
Oh
and
my.
people are making more. They want more,
Oh
so it's doing
my.
good.
Yeah, Anne Marie, how does that make you feel that the fact that the book is selling out?
I'm so happy. You know what? If I can help just a few people
Mm-hmm.
to get to, go, to encourage them to go get help and to report their abusers, that would be my mission. That's my
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mission.
But
Mm-hmm.
Is
you know
Yeah, I
what? Some
think we
people are
might have
saying
we might
that
have to set up
she's
some
very
time with
brave.
Anne. Yeah, we might have to set up some time with Anne Marie at a later date because her not working today. Yes,
Mhm.
Sharon, what were you saying?
Yeah, some people are saying that she's very brave to come out like
Yes.
this because this is true story, and she is brave. Many people are not. Some people are still hiding. They're in their 80s and they cannot talk about it. They're
About
not brave enough to speak about it.
social services in the
And all
60s
and
in the 60s
70s.
and 70s, but it's so unfortunate because even now in 2022 social services is not that effective in Dominica. So
No.
I think she still has to be grateful that there are now more options for rescuing kids in the US and Canada who are facing similar situations.
But are they really rescuing the children, or are they just taking the kids, breaking up their families and
Hmm.
not helping? That's the way I
Yeah.
look at it. Sometimes I see the church is there, but the church should be helping, but they're not. I think they're breaking them up. So, like,
Hmm.
have the system change?
Right, right. Yeah, and we say good evening to Glenda Shillingford. Glenda, nice to see you. Marcus Dominica, great. Congrats. And I see my mom, Medina Stenhouse, and Mariana is here. So thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to share the live. So Sharon, while I have you on this program, let us just kind of talk about, literacy in Dominica, because I think you would be an excellent candidate to kind of lead an initiative to get more young people into writing in Dominica, because I almost feel like that is an art that we are losing in Dominica. Do you have some thoughts on that?
Yes, I have considered that, and I am actually trying to get people to write. They send me their work, but like they need a lot of help, to be honest, Simon. Like a lot of editing. Like I think, especially the men, I think the education system there was a setback, and we need to help them. We need to come find some initiative to help these people because there are a lot of people with stories. They have some wonderful stories, but they cannot put it together. And so I am working with a few, but I cannot do it all.
Hmm. Yeah, that is so true. We will give Anne Marie one more try. Anne Marie, let's try one more time to see if it works this time. So, has this been part of your healing process with everything that you've gone through? Anne Marie, would you say that the book has been part of your healing process? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. So do me a favor, Sharon, just WhatsApp Anne Marie and let her know. Unfortunately, her internet is not working. So we will have to just continue with the two of us. And if you just, so while you're doing that, we will just remind everyone that we are here with Sharon Dorival and Anne-Marie. And unfortunately, Anne-Marie has to check out because the internet is not working. And we're talking about the book, Where Are You, Mom? Touched by Evil. And we just want to ask you, what are you reading for the summer? Because we have so many great books out right now. We have Thompson Fontaine's The Maroons of Dominica, which is also out, which is a powerful book. I highly recommend it. And the other thing, Sharon, I want us to consider is that for our children to love reading, we have to love reading too.
They have,
So
yes,
what
yeah.
are your thoughts on that? Because we're always saying, oh, children these days, they don't read enough. But my contention is, well, are you as the parents reading enough to encourage your children to read? So what are your thoughts on that?
I agree with you. I do read a lot, and my son Hezron actually he got involved with Writing for Freedom, and he was participating in many contests there. And he's actually one of the writers in the Flying Quaco Collective. Unfortunately, we didn't get him to go on that other project coming in because he's busy, teenagers, they're busy driving
Yes.
everywhere, all kind of stuff. Hopefully, I'll get him back into the writing, but he's a very good writer. I read a lot. I made them see me writing. I challenge them. I say, hey, if I catch them with a book, I say, oh, you can get $100. You can for the summer. You can go with your friends. You can, and that inspires them. And they know they will pretend they see me come with their book reading just so I can catch them reading, so then they can get rewarded.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because I think it starts with us as the adults. Because I always tell everyone, my love for reading and learning by extension came from the fact that I saw my mom reading all the time.
Yep,
So I
exactly.
don't think we can overstate the importance of you being the role model in your house to encourage your children to read. So let's try Anne-Marie one more time. She's really trying a lot.
It's
So
fine.
Anne-Marie, let's try you one more time. Tell us, where can our audience get copies of your book?
You can find, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank God. Yeah. You can find a copy of my book on my website, www.annemariecourtemanche.com, at Amazon, on Amazon, and online over 50,000 different libraries and online stores. If you just Google, you can find my book anywhere.
Right. And I think it's also helpful to those of us who are interested in becoming writers. How do you get your books on all these various platforms?
I'm sorry, it was cutting.
Yeah, I'll ask you the question, Sharon. How do you get your books on all these various platforms for those of us who have written books, but we're having challenges with promoting it?
Well, writing a book and publishing is not a one-man thing. It's a team effort. So
Right.
I write it. Then when I send it to the publisher, we have editors. So they will review the work. If it's something that they do, they will say yes. If it's not up the alley, they'll say no. Then you'll have to go back and look for another publisher. If they accept the work, then they're going to help you correct it, add the pictures, do whatever you have to do, and then they will help you to mark it by sending it into different stores for you. So that hard work is done for us. So we can just share because they have connected us with all the stores. So it's up to us now. We can go one-on-one and to try to get our book signings and attend different writing workshop, different writing stuff like what I did with Longer Joe. I sent it to there was a Miami, University of Miami, I believe, and they did something there, and my book was there being showcased. So stuff like that. But like everything, the publisher can help me, especially Freezing Press. That's the best in North America. I love these people. Yes, they're up there, they're expensive, but they help. They will work with you. They're very patient. And they correct everything.
Yeah, let's say good evening to Cindy McDonough is here, as well as Sandra Norris. Good evening to you. And Sharon, I can already hear my audience saying, well, isn't that going to be expensive? I don't have the money to invest in a publisher. So kind of speak to that. Is it exorbitant to be able to reach people to market your book, the publishers?
Well, because I have my publishers, I have Prison Press. It's not that bad, but expensive. I wouldn't lie on that. It depends on what. This book, it costs a lot for her because it was a lot of personal, sensitive stories. It's like this book is like a history book, can be used in the schools. Actually, this is a very true testament. That's why I learned that history about Canada. I didn't know that exists in Canada because I grew up in Dominica. We see abuse. We don't expect abuse in Canada. When I wrote this story, I found that, wow, we're not
Wow.
alone in Dominica. It's
Yeah, it's
everywhere.
everywhere. It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the
So,
other thing yeah, go ahead.
so for people who say they cannot afford, they can pay bit by bit. They will give you a timeline. I think Anne Marie had about 2 years to pay the full amount. I don't want to disclose the amount because maybe she
Yes,
don't want
yes,
people to
that's
know how much
fine.
she spent.
That's fine.
But
Yeah.
you can pay bit by bit. You can pay bit by bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and we say good evening to Anthony Simon, Peony Shirley, Suze, Francis, Sandra Norris. Thank you all for being here and showing your support. Don't forget to share the live. Now, Sharon, another important point that you raised was the importance of community, because I think we don't take advantage of all the Facebook communities that are available when we're trying to do something like becoming a writer. So, kind of just tell us the important role of joining some of these Facebook groups that you're involved with. And I know Annette is also a big supporter of these groups, Pitot Noir. So kind of tell us the sort of information you can gain by joining these groups, because that is what I want our audience to keep in mind, that there are free groups that you can join if you're serious about becoming a writer or any venture you want to pursue. You can join a group, and that way you can learn from scratch what you need to do to be proficient in that particular field. So tell us about the importance of these social groups that you're a part of.
So these groups I'm in, I find that it's very important to join groups because first you will get people to inspire you. You are with like-minded people. There are contests that they can use. You can write on. I challenge them. I say I accept all challenge when I'm able to because it helped me to boost my writing skills. I get people to critique the work first of all before it even goes to a publisher, because when you send it in, the readers are right there. They are harsh. They can tell exactly nay or nay. Are you good or bad, right? They will tell you, and that's what the writers need. With these groups also, I find it helps with your networking because you can share. Like right now, I am here with you. I've shared with my different groups. Now they are
Yes,
in. Some of them are in. They can see you. Then they say, "Oh, what is Push Past 10?" They
right.
come and they join, and your book can be sold too. They get to know you, and it goes on like that. You're making friends. I make friends. I'm not a very socialized person. I'm shy, but these groups sometimes they push me to go like Kandala, like when I first come, they had to go on the TV and I had to be there and talking. With Peter Noir, I had to go and interview once. And all this stuff, they help you, to write and like you read. You're reading, I see it with some new people, new writers. Their writings are not best, but when they read other work, they are learning. And then there's other people, there's real teachers, there are real professionals in these groups. There are psychiatrists, there are nurses, there are doctors, there are real people that can really help you, and then you can read their work, and then you are seeing, oh, that's how it is. And then you might write in on a certain genre and say, oh, look at somebody with this genre, let me click with him or her. And here you go, you get in collaborations easy like this.
Absolutely. So, Anne Marie, one more try with the internet. So, tell us, how do you feel now that the project, 4 years later, it is finally over and the book is now out? How are you feeling about that?
It's such a relief to have it out into the open for everyone to read, everyone to know me. If I feel like I haven't been heard as growing up, a lot of people knew what was going on. Nobody even bothered to help. It seemed like nobody believed.
Wow.
now, you know what? Whether they believe or not, this is me. And I want to stay strong, and I want to be able to help other people, other victims and survivors of sexual abuse and other abuses.
Yeah, well, congratulations, and thank you for being so brave.
Thank
And you
you.
know, Anne-Marie, sometimes I would think it's not that probably they know, sometimes they don't know. They might suspect, but unless the person is caught in the act or somebody come out and say, then they wouldn't act. Or maybe they're too scared because you know what, back in the day they would say, mind your business. You're not allowed to go into other people's business, kind of a thing like that. Like, see, with my case, I wrote a little bit of, I wasn't as sexually abused as you. But when he came onto me, I told my mom, and what she said is her boyfriend. That was the guy giving her the money. And then,
Yes.
I went to the police and she put it under the carpet. So it's like that. Sometimes you cannot do nothing. When you're young, you have to listen to the elders, what they say. They're not going to fight for you, but you have to fight for yourself. Like you went to the church, and I'm happy you went to the church. That helped you. That was a saving grace for you, as we can see in this. But when the priest come, what he do? He put the door, but the culprit was right there, right? They didn't do much. They could have at least come and say, let's investigate, let's give a counseling, let's actually go and investigate, let's see, what's going on really. But what they shut up about it. Either because it's a shameful thing. For me, like when I came to my mom and she harsh on that, I was ashamed. I just shut up because she said, I shut up. And until now, that's now I shut up about it because what are you gonna do when your mother tells you shut up?
Right, and
Right?
it's sad that you had to feel that way. So, Anne Marie, as we get ready to wind down, any final thoughts on your book? Any final thoughts you want to share with us?
Um, this is my first live, really, so I'm a little nervous.
That's
But
okay.
people that know me, it's kind of hard to believe my story. Once they read my story, they're going to say, it can't be. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, not even anyone should be able to endure everything that I did, you know? So, because I'm so lucky go, I'm always happy in a
Happy.
good mood and helping
Yes.
everyone. And like, it doesn't show. So people are shocked when they read what's there. And a lot of people, they didn't even come out to tell me how they feel about the book. I feel maybe it's because they don't know what to say,
Yes.
you know, because they're in shock. They don't know what to
Shocked. They're
say.
shocked.
And, I had a coworker come up to me the other day. A man had bought my book a couple weeks ago. He was waiting for me in the parking lot when I finished my work, and he came to see me. He put his arms around me. He said, "How did you do it?" And I just started to cry because I didn't have my guards up. So he had tears in his eyes, and he says, "Anne Marie, this is big. You have to do something with this." He says, "It's more than just an ordinary sexual abuse story." So he says, "You cannot just stop here. You have to get that out, your story out." So it really
That's
touched him.
powerful.
You know, it, it does happen to men too,
Yes.
not to men, but to guys too, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Well, again, thank you for sharing.
thank you for having
Yes.
me.
Yes, and I wish you
For the
continued
inter. Oh,
success.
thank you very much. Yes, this is going to help a lot.
Yes, yes, absolutely. My pleasure. Sharon, final words. If anyone wants to get in touch with you, Sharon, is there an email address you might maybe share with our audience just in case, somebody has a quick question they just want to throw your way as somebody I have utmost respect for the way you are able to just shine your light in this world. You're able to support and showcase what a true Dominican writer is being a true Dominican writer is all about. Do you have any contact we might be able to show for our audience?
Yes, I'm on Facebook. My email address is dorivalsharon@gmail.com if anybody wants to contact me. I have a few handles on Facebook, Switch Shabin, Sharon Dorival Bookstore. I'm on WhatsApp. Those who have my number.
Yes,
Look
I'm
up Piton
posting.
Noir. Look up Piton Noir. You will find me in mostly all the writing groups on Facebook. I'm there. I'm on
I know. I've
Dominica.
seen you.
I am there.
Yes,
Even on Push Button, they can go.
yes, I posted your email address again, Dorival Sharon at
At
gmail.com.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, so continue to do the good work that you're doing, Sharon. I really hope that you could potentially turn this into a business, because 4 years of working on a project simply shows that you're dedicated, you're diligent, and you believe in the details. So, again, congratulations to the both of you on a beautifully done book, and continue success. Sharon, you have any final thoughts as we wind down?
I want to say thank you very much for having us. Thank you, Anne Marie, for trusting me. We haven't met, but we will meet. And I'm glad you get to experience what a true Dominican is. Thank you for holding us, keeping us grounded with your laughter the many
Yes,
nights. Thank you
yes,
so much. And to
yes.
anybody who wants to write, don't be shy. I can help. We're there. Let's do it. Let's get the writing and the literacy works going.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you again,
Thank,
ladies, and good evening. And Dominic, Marley,
thank you, Sharon,
Ostry.
for believing in me.
You're welcome there anytime.
Yes, yes. So thank you for being here, and all the best, all the success in the world on the book.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
So
Thank
yes,
you.
so, yes. So again, I'm Simone Matthew, and this has been another Push Past 10 presentation. Don't forget to like and click the follow button and the notification button to know the next time that we go live and we bring you more in programming, just promoting and celebrating who we are as Dominican people, Caribbean people, and we've adopted Canada. So we're going international. So again, thank you for being here, and you have yourself a wonderful evening. Take care. Bye, everyone.